without wishing to embarrass anybody, is there anybody who's sitting around the edge of the ring can cast their mind back to the mid-60s and remembers the film Voyage from the Bottom of the Sea? Anybody remember that? A lot of hands waving. One of the vessels that was in that, and I imagine it's correct to call it a vessel, was something known as the Flying Submarine. And our good friend Adam from Mount Fleet Models, one of our exhibitors here at the show, has spent the last year developing this. He sneakily showed some of us the fiberglass prototype hull a year ago, and Adam has been busy for the last couple of months and has now managed to get one of them fully working. Now, the submariners amongst us will be familiar with the terms dynamic diving and static diving. However, the Flying Submarine can't do static diving, but it can do dynamic diving. For those of you who don't understand submarine technology, to do a dynamic dive you need forward propulsion, and then normally you operate the trim planes on the back of the submarine, and as it goes forward it propels itself underwater. Well, this model of the Flying Sub can perform that very trick. Trouble is, the model's about 6 inches deep and the water's about 6 inches deep. So when Adam comes around in the middle, I'll just get him to operate the little controls on the back of it, and you will just see for a couple of seconds how it puts its nose down in the water, and if we could keep going and have a deeper pull, it would completely submerge. There is some film, I think it's on YouTube that you put out. Adam's filmed it working in the last week or two, and if you go onto YouTube and type in the search Flying Sub, you'll almost certainly find Adam's video of the Flying Sub in operation. I think you'll all understand that with just 6 inches of water, we can't get it to totally submerge, but you can see as it operates the controls, it does start to push itself down, and if the water was 2 feet deep, we could in fact sail it around underwater, around the whole circumference of the pool. So it will be available from Mount Fleet Models. Adam has this one here today. I think he's got some of the fiberglass holes in the van outside. If you want to know how it works and study it in very close detail, then go over to Mount Fleet stand. Adam will be back there in a couple of minutes, and I know Adam will be very willing to take the top of it and show you how the propulsion system inside it actually works. I'll just get him to come round to the centre and operate the trim tabs on the back, and you'll see, ladies and gentlemen, it hopefully will just start to push itself down. There it goes. And if this, as I say, was 2 feet deep, it would now be disappearing underwater. Well done, Adam. It's the first time, ladies and gentlemen, we've ever dared to show that in public. So it's a great privilege and honour to have Adam agree to do it. Adam knew on Thursday when he was setting up the show that the water wasn't really deep enough, but he was agreeable to have a little go. So I'm very thankful for Adam for letting you have the opportunity to see it. Right, that completes our set-piece demonstrations for this session, ladies and gentlemen. The lifeboats will be back on the water at 20 past 2 when we finish the children's session. Boys and girls, mums and dads, it will be time for the children to have a go with the miniature lifeboats at 2 o'clock. We have a bigger session, and as many children as want to go, I promise you we will fit them all in. So between now and then, we're going to hand over the pool for a little bit of free sailing. A number of people have asked, can they come and put the model on the water and operate the trim tabs on the back, and you'll see, ladies and gentlemen, it hopefully will just start to push itself down. There it goes. And if this, as I say, was 2 feet deep, it will now be disappearing underwater. Well done, Adam. It's the first time, ladies and gentlemen, we've ever dared to show that in public. So So it's a great privilege and an honour to have Adam agree to do it. Adam knew on Thursday when he was setting up the show.